Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the UKLC. We're getting ready to go into game number 3. It's going to be NVision taking on Resolve. There's been a few changes here on the side of Resolve. So, Jamada, I'm going to give you the floor to talk this over.
Yeah, so as you can see, Castiel Mid is coming in as the support here for Resolve Academy today. Anybody who's up to date with the roster changes, you would have seen that FGG has been moved up to the NLC roster. So for now, I believe the just gone by former head coach of Resolve Academy will now be subbing in at the support role. And well, we've seen how coach to support role swaps have gone, especially for SK in the LEC. So
I mean, we never had it from you, did we? Luckily.
Yeah, we never had it from me. I never decided to make the swap into play. I mean, technically I played like one FOC for like 2 games, and then I just decided
Did
to
you?
coach. Yes.
Was I casting that?
No, it was still open. It was still open course. So
okay.
It wasn't casted. Well, that was back when I just didn't know that the UK scene existed. So I didn't try and compete. And then when I found out it existed, I just didn't have the drive to be a player anymore. that time, yeah.
And if this is your first discovery of the UK scene, make sure you follow us on NLC LOL on Twitter, and you can keep up to date with all of the action. Anyway, we're into the picks and bans. The standard stuff is being taken away, Jamada.
Yeah.
No targeted bans so far.
No.
There goes the Xin Zhao, and you know, it's really down to what they leave open and what they think is first pickable, what they think is kind of okay to leave open for Resolve to kind of take, because there's so many power picks at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing to mention on the opposite side in the support role too, Oldstone's another support player coming in. I didn't actually quite catch the roster sheet, so I don't have a lot of information on this player. Of course, last week we saw Oliver come in over Prayer. Of course, I felt Prayer was definitely having some up and down performances. Oliver came in and Vision looked a little bit better. But again, another support swap up. And Brelia, of course, in the top lane. I can't recall if I was casting the day that Brelia played, but nice to see him back in the UKLC. Of course, Brelia Dad will forever be loved in the UK scene.
He will. He absolutely will.
He absolutely will. And Rumble will be the first pick of choice here for NVision, and over to Resolve to just
Karma
immediately
Ezreal.
lock in the Karma. Yeah, I think you just go Karma Ezreal. You just immediately negate a lot of what the Rumble pick is doing. So a bit of a jump start to that Rumble, in my opinion, when you've got these kind of champions up. But of course, the response still can be very strong. You can see things like Varus Thresh come out, very aggressive solo lane picks as well of this Rumble, which can sort of alleviate some of that pain of having to deal with the big Mantra shields, and of course the Ezreal disengagers. Okay, Ziggs plus Lucian in one rotation.
Both are flexible.
Yeah, one very flexible too. Also, Ziggs is a champion which I feel like has definitely kind of flown under the radar a bit. I feel like he's actually individually a pretty strong champion, but the meta hasn't necessarily suited him for a little while. I think there might be space for him to come in every now and again, and this is one of those games. I think when, especially into Ezreal, who can't really pressure you too hard, just lock in Ziggs, and all of a sudden you've got this wave clear scaling mid that's going to have a very safe lane to play in, and you'll probably have priority out of it too. And all of a sudden, you know, you can lock in something like Thresh with it. You can lock in an engagey hard engaged support that can just all of a sudden roam out of the bottom. It's a consistent mid visit from the jungle and support.
Well, we're into the second ban phase. We can see the Nautilus getting taken away. Next up on the menu, it could just be another support heavily focused.
Yeah, I think
actually, well, Resolve will have a support, although technically Karma's flexible, but
okay, interesting ban. So looking to remove away the Malphite. I don't know if it signals anything in particular. I think they just don't necessarily want to deal with the potential snap engage of Malphite being in the game, especially with Set already on the table. Resolve with that Nautilus ban, I think just, you know, don't want to have to deal with that. And it could be a signal that they're going to send the Karma bot potentially as well. But in general, Nautilus is one of the few supports that can be okay into that Ezreal of Leona. I think it makes a lot of sense just trying to not have the pairing of Leona plus Rumble in the same game, and especially with a Ziggs there too. There's a lot of pain to dish out at long range.
Now the Thresh is open, so that could be what NVision just to pick up here.
I think they should.
Resolve now.
Flat out.
I assume looking for their jungler, looking to pick something up and then go from there. Kind of give counter pick over to Otter in the mid lane. Remember, they still have flexibility in their comp, but you know, you want to be able to make that choice. So yeah, they're going to pick up Bakako. The Diana for the jungle means they leave themselves open for an AD mid as well here. I'm going to see what NVision decide to round out this first pick phase with. Where are they going to put the Lucian? Where are they going to put the Ziggs is the real question for me right now.
Yeah, and I think Lucian more than likely secure in a solo lane when you've got the Rumble there. I think it's just the pairing that you want to have. It's so oppressive. Between the two, and I guess the Malphite ban, I didn't necessarily want to say it because I wasn't sure whether Brelia was a big Wukong player, but Malphite is typically a top laner you see banned out when you want to lock in the Wukong, and that will be the case here. Wukong really good at dealing with Ezreal, just because the gap closes and the way that the Cyclones work with Decoy. It typically means that even with Arcane Shift and sometimes even a Flash, it's pretty impossible to get away from. So a lot of dive, a lot of long range engage in terms of, you know, Flash, Cyclone, Equalizer, ultimate from the Ziggs. But on the opposite side, it's going to be the Renekton. Like you said, the AD mid lane are relatively expected. Probably going to go up into the Wukong lane because Set can deal with the poke of Lucian with all of that innate regen in his kit.
Yeah, I think putting Lucian in the mid lane is definitely the best decision here as well, because you got that Ziggs. The Ziggs can deal with what Ezreal hates in lane, which is lane shove. Ezreal really struggles when someone can shove the lane consistently into him, and Ziggs is able to do that. Won't be able to do that straight away, but will always have a better level 1 to kind of 3 than the Ezreal anyway, as far as the minions go anyway. So, you know, it's going to be a rougher lane for them in their bot side, but they also do have the Karma to kind of help, and a lot of harass from Resolve spot lane. That's going to be the big thing here.
And on top of that, it's Alistar into 2 ranged sort of poke support. So even though Ziggs for me is like a champion and a half, right, when it comes to lane priority. And I think you can sometimes even count Karma as like a champion and a half, like a third, where it comes to, they've got so much wave clear and priority in the majority of their lanes that the other side of the matchup that they're in on the bottom side occasionally just doesn't matter. In the case of Alistar Ziggs, I think the early pressure is definitely going to probably be in Resolve's favor for wave 1 through like 3. But as soon as Alistar has combination, you know, Castiel mid's going to have to, you know, pay respects to the potential of, you know, headbutt pulverize into satchel backwards. There's a lot of CC and damage that can come out. I think across the board though, decent lane matchups for Resolve. I think especially once they hit level 6, they're going to have a lot of go buttons to sort of look for skirmishes. Not a lot of traditional hard engage, I think, from either side. So I think we might be in for another slow game, Jake. But on the bright side, a lot of explosive ultimates.
Well, that leads in very well to what I was going to talk about as well, because I actually think, sure, we might be in for a slow game, and you know, you are lacking some level of engage. Obviously, you do have like the Flash Moonfall from Bakako, and you obviously have, you know, a Flash Cyclone or a kind of flanking Cyclone from Borrelia. I think these fights are going to be very explosive. I think there's going to be a lot of big ultimates going out, a lot of AoE coming down, and if things get, you know, played well in the sense that Otto doesn't just fling everyone out of Bakako's ultimate or something. You know, there is some really, really explosive team fights, and it's going to be down to kind of good execution and good positioning to make sure you don't fall victim to all of the AoE and all of the CC these teams are packing.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a very flat and blanket statement to say that positioning in team fights are very much important. But in a game like this, where there's not a lot of hard engagement, there's a lot of AoE almost have to play around, I think even more the statement rises in value in the context of this game. You don't want to be the reason why Otter gets a really nice suplex into a multi-man facebreaker, and you don't want to necessarily funnel into a choke against the Rumble plus Wukong. So a lot of thought is going to have to go into the approaches of these team fights. I think on both sides, flanks very much high value between Alistar and Wukong on the NVision side, and on the Resolve side, honestly, just anyone from the top side getting a flank off is going to probably yield pretty good results. And sometimes when you get games like this, you talk about key target selection, but quite honestly, I just don't know if that's much a thing outside of not wanting to necessarily pick on the supports unless it's going to grant you, you know, objectives after that. Or just removing the body from the team fight makes your life easier.
Well, the lanes have started up. Junglers are starting off on their blue side. Well, their bottom side of the map, not blue side, sorry. Bottom side of the map. See if we see Sean Aziz do any maybe questionable invades like we did in the last game.
I don't think so. As this is what we kind of expected from the bottom side. Yeah, Alistar, not a champion through levels 1 until, you know, some say 2. Definitely, you know, 3 when he has trample as well. Just just make... Okay, that was a interesting cue.
You never know. Rumble could be around the corner.
Rumble could be around the corner. It's just a caution.
And this is the kind of expected early bit of the kind of Ezreal versus Karma. I did expect to see FUE be able to contest the waves a little bit more, but they lost priority a little bit too early, which means they lost the level advantage. And from there, they now have to just kind of concede the lane as is. But eventually, FUE just will be able to kind of clear through the waves faster than Maku can. And that's probably where we'll start to see this lane, you know, turn around somewhat more.
Yeah, definitely. And for now, Maku and Castiel mid going to get a cheater recall off. Reset after that crashed wave, so bit of a what would normally be an item advantage, but when you're talking about Ezreal, just picking up a tier. So getting that one stacking up nice and early. One assist with this lane priority from the mid lane, going to secure the Herald. Herald got pretty early for a Herald, as he's going to actually beeline it all the way down to the second skull too. And with Bakako passing up to the top side, means that he's actually just going to get double skull pretty cleanly here.
I think Bakako kind of expected that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe looking for something here onto Borrelia, as they do look to lock him down. Has to flash away as Bakako gets stuck on the minion, but Kenruto just flashes forward. They're coming in for the follow-up, and this is going to be the end of Borrelia. Kenruto secures first blood.
Yeah, and pretty easy setup. Borrelia just steps a little bit too far forward, and is as easy as that for the top jungle of Resolve. There you go. Arcane shift away. I think the target has to be the Karma in this lane. If you're NVision, if you can find Karma, she is pretty squishy. Yeah.
Although Old Stone's also going pretty low here. The Ignite's been thrown down and he's cooking. But he's only medium rare, so not fully ready, able to get away.
Not quite yet. The beef jokes will start to slowly roll.
Look, we've had chocolate jokes. It's all to come, man.
God damn it, Lucen. I wonder who are they fielding today, actually? So I know you've got the cheat sheet up.
Do I? Do I have the cheat sheet up?
Okay, well, you normally do.
I normally do. Today has been a very, very busy day in the HitBrain household. What did you do with your longer weekend off, Jamada? You know, me and you've had a pretty hectic couple of weeks. It's been about a week and a half where, you know, we haven't really been able to do much other than work. So we've had a couple of days off. What did you do with those days? And bad internet. You started to work out?
Yeah.
I actually did some working out as well. I started doing that as well.
Okay. No, getting ready to start training with my brother. He's a PT.
Oh, is he?
So yeah. So I'm just taking precautions, man, because I tried to train with him a couple of years ago, and let's just say I slept like a baby on the first night.
Yeah.
and then I woke up the next day and I tried to walk, and it wasn't great. So
it wasn't great.
It wasn't great. So I was staying around his, slept on the couch. I woke up the next morning, I literally put my feet on the ground, tried to stand up, and I just basically flipped on. Yeah, so that man, he will train you like a Spartan, put it that way. So I need to be ready for that, as Bakako, he's on the flank. He's looking for Old Stones and FUE. There is flash available on both of them.
They've also got that satchel as well.
Be careful, yeah, you can see.
Jumping into the cow for the moment, but Old Stone's able to survive as now Maku actually taking a lot of damage from FUE. No level 6s here, so really nice little disengage there from the NVision bot lane.
Yeah, NVision almost turned that one around, and I was saying Bakako had to be a bit careful on the approach because he doesn't want to get headbutted underneath the towers. Looking for a play here, but...
Oh my lord, he's cooked. Beautiful play there by 2Cups, able to find that kill. And now, Jonatis level 6. Maku has nowhere to go. The Equalizer will zone him away for now, as they're trying to shoot him underneath the tower. Able to flash away and just about survive as FUE looks for the bouncing bomb. The turnaround is disgusting.
summoner heal plus the shielding from Castiel mid on the Karma is enough to keep MyQ alive. Hornetis,
How did he live?
just barely missed out on the equalizer, I think. Lost vision potentially from their point of view just for a split second, or was just outright misplaced, and it means they're not able to take him down on the tower dive. And in the mid lane, real nice solo kill by 2Cups. I think that will be the first replay here as well. Tries to just get aggressive onto 2Cups because he's underneath the tower, but he uses the Haymaker without much grip, and the damage isn't really there, and you can see flash away from R, but it's not enough. The lineup from 2Cups onto that creep using the Piercing Light. And then MyQ, I mean, it just isn't predicting the Arcane Shift. It's just a frame, literally, difference. And yeah, Flame Spitter, not enough between the heal and the shield of Castiel mid. He's able to walk out of that one. I wouldn't say unscathed, but with his life, definitely.
There you have it. 2Cups. Now feeling a little bit more confident in this lane. No flash available on Otter, as Otter misses the face breaker onto 2Cups, so 2Cups able to continue to harass him as much as possible.
Certainly, I've got to say, interesting in this mid lane that we see a solo kill come out of 2Cups onto Otter, because I feel like Otter's been one of our better performing mids. I feel like we've got loads of strong mids this split, but Otter in particular, you know, we've seen him on multiple different champions. So he's been okay, but
hello.
Holding the top side, I don't know if Relia's winning this.
Yeah, the Cyclone is going to get popped with Kenruto. Had to pop the Dominus as now Jonatas is coming in. Bakiko's going down as well. The flash away. As here comes Bakiko. Can he save the Crocodile in time? As the turnaround may just be here. Kenruto dashes in. Here comes Bakiko. Able to find one. Able to find two. As they're able to survive the onslaught. But we're having a fight here in the bot lane as Meiku and Fuyu going for a fight. The Mega Inferno bomb there to find the kills. We cut back towards the top lane. And it looks like they're able to just about escape all of the action. It's just going on absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, Resolve wins out on the top side. And so I was talking about, with this Ziggs, he deals so much damage in the early game as well. It's not like a thing where, you know, he has to necessarily scale up. You know, you hit level 5 and then all of a sudden your wave clear just becomes almost oppressive. And Ezreal just doesn't have the damage to stand up to that in the early game. He needs his 2 Iron Spike. He needs that Divine Thunder. He needs the Muramana. And that's when he can start to contest some of the damage Ziggs is capable of outputting. But even then,
contest here.
I don't know about this contest. It's Patience bar on the Herald very high. Hornetis seems very uninterested. And uninterested seems to be the case with Nord. Ever since you made that one slip up, calling NVision Nordavin, I've consistently done it.
I write them down. I have to write them down.
There's a replay here. Just a bit too far forward. Brelia tries to also salvage it by committing his life to try and take down Kenruto, but Triumph procs plus conquer all the healing out of Renekton. And on the bottom side, I mean, it's as simple as a 1v1 that Fuyu is winning out on. He, I think, had flash during that play. MyQ definitely didn't, and that was the difference maker.
Well, Kenruto just going to shove the wave in, look to get the Demolish proc off, and almost take down this tower as he gets a nice little trade off onto Brelia. Able to avoid most of that damages. Plate's not going to get picked up here by Kenruto, as Brelia getting heavily chunked out in the trades.
Cole the Meek, empowered by the Rage. So much damage still to champions. And even through, actually, Brelia's got the Bramble Vest. There you go. I don't know why it took me a while to get that one.
Spiky
the damage
vest.
that the Renekton's capable of putting out. As I know, Observer. I know it's called a Bramble Vest. Don't worry. Okay. But yeah, Herald put down in the mid lane. Castiel mid in trouble. Flashes. Yeah, I think rightfully so over the wall. Ultimate blown though by NVision means that this Dragon contest just got a lot harder. Potentially, but bottom lane priority means Fuyu can move up a bit.
Yeah, and he can set up choke points, but you just can't walk through here.
Oh,
Bakiko looks to jump in, gets the Moonlight Rush off, tries to jump away as Casimir comes in. Now Otter looking for it. They jerk to dash away. Bakiko able to survive. Here comes Kenruto, and Meiku's just continuing to fire. The slice forward and the lockdown as 2Cups gets bopped back as Old Stone looking for the knockup, but here's going to be the slam, and Meiku able to secure the kill.
2 kills go over to Resolve Academy. They're even going to get the Dragon on top of it. So it did look a bit questionable from the NVision side of things. You blow the Equalizer. It's one of your big tools at fighting for these neutral objectives. They go for the commit anyway, and it just turns on them. This is a real nice headbutt to keep Bakiko off of Fuyu, but at the end of the day, still in the middle of multiple members. On the bottom side, Bakiko also is able to slip out, and teleport from Kenruo means that eventually someone gets locked down, and it's 2 cups in this case. But you can see again, heroics from the support of Old Stones means that the mid laner is able to just about walk out of that one without losing his life.
Just about. 12 minutes on the clock. We can see the Divine Sunder, the Stride Breaker, and the Proto Belt has been finished up onto Resolve, although Bakugo actually used that Proto Belt in that last fight, so he's had that for a little bit longer. Gale Force up onto 2 cups right now. Other than that, we're just sitting on the components. The gold lead is 3,000 here or there.
Yeah. And I've got to say, so far, this is a much better look of Resolve in comparison to the previous 2 games.
Oh, hold on.
As I might have to hold that point anyway, as like you say, Bakugo. All right.
You can taxi for a minion.
Oh,
Proto Belt's forward, jumps in, gets the Lunar Rush down. The Mega Inferno Bomb's there. Old Stone gets the knock up as here comes Cassie mid, able to put a bunch more damage in as Old Stone gets tethered. The True Shot Barrage from Meiku, able to secure the kill onto Fuyu. Lovely stuff there from Resolve.
Yeah, real nice. I thought honestly that NVision might be able to turn that one around just because Old Stone's had a potential angle to shove Bakugo underneath the tower, but he held off on the pole so long as Kenruo.
Oh, he's
oh minion?
12 HP.
6 HP. Oh,
he went to 6?
yeah, he went to 6.
Oh, pain.
Pain for the NVision mid
We both
laner.
didn't play that. We just made pain noises. That was like we both stubbed our toes simultaneously there.
We're good at our job. I promise, guys.
Sometimes
I constantly ask you to play-by-play, to let me play-by-play sometimes, just because it's fun.
Sometimes you don't have to say any words
Yes.
to supply adequate play-by-play for the play.
Yeah.
That was one of those times where a noise was necessary. It was a very strange noise, but it was a noise.
That it was, and as things stand, Resolve not going to lose their top laner's life, and means that they are staying pretty comfortably, about 3,500 gold up. As Fuyu should be able to take this tower with a satchel. One more auto should do it, and gonna drag back the gold a tad. As Fuyu keeping up at least with Meiku, considering he's 4 kills up. Fuyu doing pretty good if you ask me. And again, Zig's a champion that, if left unchecked, in a game where there's not a lot of hard engage and flank options are the only real engage options here, can deal a lot of damage. So I expect him to top the charts in terms of damage. As yeah, hold on indeed.
Don't worry.
Potential.
Borelli actually looking to jump in.
Yeah, Borelli's level 9.
Cassie mid, gonna get knocked up. The equalizer, the Mega Inferno Bomb. There's that AoE we were talking about. 3 ultimates burnt, however. And Riftail will be spawning up in about 60 seconds time, roughly.
Give or take. So Resolve on the bottom side though, again, proactivity is always the name of the game when it comes to Resolve when they're on form. Might have lost their support, but they will trade out the tower. No one was on the bottom side to match Kenruto because NVision wanted to make the play on the top side. As Otter getting a bit aggressive, gonna be knocked away. And like you say, almost blown. Relatively long cooldown on that Cyclone in particular. The Zigs are definitely relatively lengthy, and the Herald is up now, so Resolve have a pretty comfortable window in my eyes to try and starve the Herald, and you can see the play in the mid lane potentially reflecting that.
Can't ult if you're dead, as they're going to lock down Fuyu, and he's taken down the slice. They pull a couple of members in. Phase Breaker, almost enough to secure themselves that final kill. And now Herald should be taken here by the side of Resolve. They do have to work through a couple of wards. The Crab's already been secured, so it's that permanent vision to work with, but no real contest is going to be coming in from the side of NVision. And this will be Resolve picking up the Rift Arrow, the second one of the game.
Yeah, great window of opportunity taken there by Resolve. They had Kenruo move up through the jungle, of course, just shoved in the bottom side. Fuyu felt comfortable pushing in the mid lane, or at least being halfway up the mid lane. But with no tier 1 tower there and no vision to cover the pathing, which means that, again, flank angle is great. And if there aren't flank angles, then Fuyu can go pretty much untouched. Literally, actually what we spoke about, but I was alluding more to these mid-game team fights. Instead, Resolve make the pick to try and get the Herald, and they've got it. And now, another pick potentially in the cast for NVision this time.
Oh, Castilmid just able to get himself taken out once again as soon as he spawns. But they jump in, they pull a couple of members in, and Jonasis has to use the stopwatch. The True Shot Barrage is going to get thrown down, and Otter's trying to gain a little bit more damage. as Otter will secure the kill. Maku has to flash away from Old Stones. Looks to try and find the knock-up onto him. They trade jungler for support. The support be coming up a bit sooner, and Borrelia comes in, finds himself the kill with a Cyclone.
600 gold shutdown too. A lot of gold to go over to the NVision side, and the gold lead closed a little bit. Kills have been traded back and forth, so only 500 closed, but now resolved there on this dragon. Bakako's here, Juanitis is dead, so there's no smite available for NVision, so I think this dragon should just go down, even though it wants to reset, which honestly could give NVision the time to engage. They've had to commit into the pit now.
Yeah, they're now stuck, but maybe they can find the opportunity. Not going to be able to, unfortunately, and Resolve going to be able to back away from this one.
Yeah, Renekton just menacingly walks forward, and everybody in NVision says, you know what? No, I'm okay. Don't want to deal with that one. He is a very, very strong Crocodile at the moment. I think he might even have Sterax on this recall. Honestly, he's that far ahead. We'll guess a look-see 2 control wards. All right, never mind. Maybe he didn't have that much gold. The stride break.
I think he probably reset fairly quick before the dragon, actually.
Yeah. So still about 1,700, I believe, if my maths is correct. Away as Old Stone. He's got almost. So as long as he reacts, he's okay.
Oh, Tether's on. He didn't react in time. Gets the bop up, but they chase in. And Otter able to secure the kill with a quick punch to the head.
Tenderizing the beef.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, my best mate's he's a trained butcher. I should probably get some terms off him for Alistair's. My best mate. Childhood friend.
Childhood friend butcher.
Butcher. Although he's not actually a butcher anymore. He's just a qualified butcher.
Wait,
2 cups? That's an opportunity. They're getting more than just 1 tower here. Well, that was a bit of a mistake as the teleports are coming in. This time, the Mega Inferno Bomb lands on Bakako, who just flashes away to safety. Borrelia teleports in. They get the equalizer. Borrelia tries to jump forward. He's going to get slowed down by Castle Mid, though. Otter tries to slow him with the Stride Breaker, and they can't get the second Cyclone off in range. Borrelia not going to find it. A Spinny Monkey just waves goodbye to Resolve as they get away with 2 turrets and potentially another charge. As that Rift Herald is still alive. It's getting another charge.
No. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Open it, man. Open it. If I'm advanced. What's happened in the top lane? Wow. Okay, well, Curious TP means that there's no numbers in the top side to defend that Herald, and now I think NVision are angry. They want to try and respond.
Oh my lord, what is that damage from Maku? He's doing so much work before he's at the true shot. Gonna be enough as Old Stone pops back Otter, and the fight is on. Looking for a little bit more damage as Old Stones will sacrifice himself. That is some old beef, but it's down. And Maku just gonna take a little bit of damage from Fuyu on the tail end, and Resolve able to find a very, very easy kill. And this should just turn into the Baron.
Yeah, that beef past his expiration date. Not long for the world. Resolve should be able to pick up this Herald pretty freely. Juanitis doesn't have the HP bar. He had to reset. And what a very head-scratcher set of events. No. Genruto
overside. That was so close.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, seemed like NVision just, they don't like Heralds. They're scared of them. Don't wanna...
I mean, it is a giant crab.
It is a pretty scary crab.
I would be scared of a giant crab, especially if it had an eye on its back.
Yeah. Especially that thing looks huge, like in lore. Have you seen Herald and like the artwork and stuff? Like,
I haven't seen the artwork. Actually, maybe I have.
Yeah, you would have. It's been like the login screen and stuff every now and again. The Heralds are they're big.
Yeah. I actually think Herald would probably be more scary to me than Baron. Baron's just a big worm.
No.
That's fine. I can deal with a big worm.
There's a joke there. But yeah, I don't think. I don't know. I think Baron's scarier than Herald.
I don't like things with lots of legs. Is the problem. I don't like spiders. Bakugo does find Borrelia, goes in, pulls the Moonfall. There's a lot of damage off to him, and Borrelia, I think he might just die here. Has to stopwatch, but meanwhile, the Equalizer's been thrown down. Otter is getting melted. Goes for a big face breaker, gets popped back, and actually find out what the baby. Here comes the bomb, and it shuts him down. Oddstones will trade his life out, but so far, it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Resolve, and Bakugo looking to jump forward. Not going to be able to find his opportunity to get over. And this should just be the 4th and final dragon here for the side of Resolve. It looks like rain is on the menu, boys.
Yeah,
but the ocean break will be secured.
It's actually raining outside where I am, at least. So this is very much thematic of what we were talking about.
Theory is on.
It's really like it just depends. It depends on. Look out the window. Is it raining, Jim?
It's. Hold on. I have to close my window, otherwise I get weird light.
No, it's all right. No, it's all right. Go. The crowd needs to know.
It's rain clouds. It's dry at the moment, but those are rain clouds over me.
Good enough. Good enough. We take it. We take those. The theory lives on. As Soul picked up by Resolve, I think NVision, the idea was definitely understandable. You try and make a pick just before the dragon spawns up, but you just don't have the damage to pick up multiple members in a meaningful way. Now Resolve in a prime position to close this one out, albeit in a very slow way, potentially again. Not a lot of engage on either side. It's going to be a lot of unforced error, a lot of checking into fog, a lot of usage of fog. In this case from Resolve, and just running out of it like this.
Into Fuyu's face, that could be enough, but he is able to just about survive this, but the tower, probably not going to be the same for him. But they do come in. Oldstones actually flashes over, looks for it. That's a lot of AoE thrown down. NVision find their opportunity, and Bakugo has to stopwatch. Tries to jump out, flashes away to safety. Haymaker's there. Push up barrage is absolutely massive as Borrelia is taken out. A double kill picked up for Bakugo, and he's able to survive. It was an absolutely beautiful attempt there from the side of NVision, but it just wasn't enough as Otter going pretty low here. Has to get his Sterix prop to survive.
Again, I feel like NVision, great idea, but at this point they're just too far behind. I think Resolve, a lot of the mobility and the shielding from the Karma in particular is coming out huge in a lot of these AoE engages. And we spoke about it in draft with that Rumble first pick. The response was so good from the Karma Azure. It's textbook. It's textbook type. It's a textbook type response.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see why. If you get a lead into a Rumble, and I mean, what is effectively an AoE kind of wombo combo-esque team out of NVision, it's just difficult to actually burst members down. And without any hard go buttons, they can't really find picks onto members, and Resolve have been playing out the map pretty well as well. They've not really been isolated. As I think that Bakugo,
he's going to get chased down. Great satchel actually means that there's no way for Bakugo to jump over without just getting bot back. So Bakugo not going to commit for anything else.
No. Remnants of the Resolve that we saw in week 1 and 2 showing up today finally, which is very, very nice to see the team that held, I believe, sole possession of 2nd place coming into this week. I don't think anyone else was 4 and 2. I think it was just them.
It is, yes. They were the only team. It's 3rd place is where things get tight.
Yeah, and
Resolve need this win as well.
Yeah,
this now means they tie up to M&M, who, yeah, like you said, lost earlier. A much important win for them. NVision, they're 2 and 4 right now, so they're only 1 over Lucent.
No, exactly.
So losing here, and if Lucent win in the next game, means we could have things getting tied up down in the bottom as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Lucent are a interesting beast. Not just because of the player names, but the consistent rotation of players in and out. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get on the day. Even though you will get rosters. I can't remember the actual rule. I think it's a day before or 2 days before. Well, it makes prep hard when you've got an active 10-man roster to deal with. That's the underlining fact. And Viperio, whilst definitely overstepping expectations, or definitely going over the expectations that we had for them in the early season.
Oh my lord. True shot's not going to hit. That is disgusting amounts of damage coming from Makey.
God, what is that? I mean, look, I can't wait for this champion to just be gone in the next patch. Actually, I need to double check because I know they nerfed Divine Thunder on our ranged champions in particular. And it was definitely aimed at, you know, Ezreal.
Oh my lord, Old Stones able to bop Otter out, but the face breaker, the haymaker, everything's enough, and that's going to be the end of days for him. Relia actually sneaking in. Equalizer's laid down. They're looking for the Mega Inferno Bomb, but they just get slammed straight out of it. And Borrelia, he's cooked. He's able to jump away, but Kenruto jumps in and Makyu just hops over the wall, looking to continue the chase. Makyu secures the kill onto 2 cups, and only 3 stand, but the 3rd and the 4th will be quick to follow as Fuyu will go down. Borrelia caught out by Otter, and Otter just gives him a quick love tap. Only Jornatis survives, and he is so far away from the Baron. Resolve, they may just look to push here anyway.
Yeah, they probably want to open up the base in the sense of cracking open the inhibitor. Mid-tier 1's been gone. And, I mean, Death Time is actually... They could look to end. There's not really a whole bunch of wave clear between Harnatis and Othbones. We could just be looking at the final push of the game.
Teleport's coming in. Resolve looking to close this one out. Old Stones can only pop one away as he is going to get cooked. Beef's on the menu, boys, and Resolve, they're back in it. They're going to be tied with M&M, although they've been slowed down for the moment, just waiting for the wave to step up forward.
Yeah,
2 cups is trying to dodge away from Makyu. Kenruto gonna get zoned away if the culling comes down, and Maker's actually gonna eat a lot of that, but here comes the ulti. Here comes the turnaround. The slam is there. A massive haymaker into the true shot. What a wombo combo. That's it. Resolve. They're tied up with M&M.
Yes, they are indeed. I think rightfully so. Said Resolve would be one of our top teams this split. Had a bit of a hiccup over the last week or so, but they look a lot better, especially considering they had a sub support in their coach. So easy performance here. I think definitely disappointing for NVision. If there was ever a time to take down Resolve, today probably arguably would have been the day, but unfortunately for them it wasn't. I think the draft is very creative on their end, but again, I just think the lack of engage, if you fall behind, it just makes the playing out game so difficult. Even if you've got a lot of strong wave clear, if you give Resolve the opportunity to flank and then, you know, constantly pin to towers, wave clear doesn't matter if you just get dove and died.
Absolutely.
That was kind of the case.
Well, it's time for us to take a break, and when we're back, we'll have an interview with their head coach slash support in Casti Mid. So we'll speak to him after this. Man, I'm bad at my job. Throw to a break, Max. Jeez.
All I had in mind